the media and television has changed so much over the last 10 years. And whether it's mobile media or things on the web and so forth and so on. And I can't help but ask myself, in this media ecology, would Seinfeld be as successful now as it was 10, 14 years ago?
Good question. It's a
humor
coin
changes,
toss.
kind of.
Yeah. Well, first of all, we have to remember that Seinfeld was not a hit out of the box when we began. We were, in fact, we were as far from that as you could get. We were a pilot that was shot, dropped, aired, because there were only 5 major networks and HBO, really, at the time we went on the air. So it was standard practice for a network to air unused pilots. And they aired our pilot, and I think it was the TV Guide critic wrote an amazing, what was that? That's interesting and different. And so we were given another chance, and we did 4 episodes, and then we were given another chance, and we were given a half a season, and we sort of crept our way to being a hit. But that situation would not be duplicated now. Shows are canceled after 1 airing, certainly after 2. There was one this season with Kevin Dillon and somebody else, How to Be a Gentleman or something like that, was canceled before its 2nd airing. Things have very little time to find their way.
Why is that? That seems crazy because to
I
not
think
even
it's
have something
all.
twice.
It's.
What's going on?
I think. I mean, I'm not a network exec. I think it's all dollars. Getting at because of the massive influence of the internet now, a huge percentage of the reliable television watching audience has gone away. So if you're an advertiser and you're looking to spend your dollars and get the biggest bang, and you're going to spend it on television, that network or that show has got to guarantee you a certain amount of eyeballs. And absolutely. Oh, thank you so much. Am I ruining my own shot? So if the show is not delivering an audience very quickly, the advertisers go, that's not worth my investment. And they say, we don't want to support that show, and that show quickly goes away. I believe that's the formula for why things go away so quickly. But would Seinfeld, the successful element of Seinfeld, would it work today?
Humor changes. I Love Lucy had a certain kind of aesthetic humor. And then you get, say, MASH was incredible. And then, for example, today, the kind of the sort of characteristic humor is sort of The Office. And you know, those are very different kinds of humor.
They
And
are,
Seinfeld
yeah.
has its own stamp of humor. And I'm wondering, would that be...
Well, I think it would have, not necessarily the episodes we did. What Larry and Jerry caught the zeitgeist of was the zeitgeist. And they were able to articulate, sort of the modern urban concerns of people that age, and spin it in their rather singularly funny way. So I think they would probably have found the same zeitgeist today, and it could have worked very well. But who knows? The other thing that's changed is when we were doing Seinfeld, every episode of Seinfeld was almost 23 minutes long. Now the average sitcom is 20 minutes and 30 seconds. So you have very little time to tell a story. We had very complex stories. I don't know if we would have been able to do the same kind of work. There's also, it's very hard to say. Curb works, and Curb is sort of, Seinfeld reboot. But Curb is on HBO, where we don't know if Curb would have worked on a broadcast network, but there's just no way to know.